Let's get to that action.
All right, we're ready for game number 2 of our broadcast here on Cova Sports TV from the Woodside Way Hoop Fest. It's the Landstown Eagles with a record of 7-1, coached by Dwight Robinson, taking on the Denbigh Patriots, who are 4-2 overall, coached by Jay Grimes. With the coach Ed Young, I'm Matt Hatfield, and Ed, this is going to be a compelling matchup. Landstown with a bunch of youngsters on their roster that have contributed. They've had one close blemish to John Marshall. We say close because it's the best anybody has pretty much battled John Marshall, a nationally ranked outfit all year. It was a 5-point game with under 5 minutes to go, and 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for Landstown, including number 10, Rashad Shaw, and his son, number 0, Damian Robinson. Of course, Damian's stepbrother, Donald Hand Jr., now at Boston College. And joining those two in the lineup, you have Alonzo Martinez, Xavion Cleveland, and Alon Walker. And now we hear the starting lineup for the Denbigh Patriots. Nazir Johnson, along with Jaquan Gray, Kevin Parker Jr.
Let's get to that action.
And also for Denbigh,
Falling out this season. This was sure to be one of those.
you've got Kevin Parker, a 6'1" sophomore guard. You have Jermaine Grimes, a 5'8" freshman guard. You have Jaquan Gray, a 5'10" junior guard, and Nasir Johnson, a 6'1" junior guard forward. So that's the lineup for the Denbigh Patriots. Denbigh in the home white unis with the blue numbers and the red trim. And for Landstown, the black jerseys with the blue numbers. And we're ready for some basketball. This should be a fun one, Ed.
I think you're going to see Landstown with some great pressure, almost in the realm of what you saw earlier with Oscar Smith. They're built on defense. Denbigh is up and comer. Watch for Kevin Parker. He could be the best player in the game out here. And,
really?
Yes, he can be. He's that good. And it's going to be Denbigh being able to handle Landstown pressure is a big key in this game. And Denbigh making the shots, the simple shots.
So here it is for the Landstown Eagles. First possession.
And that possession will stay with the Landstown.
It will stay with Landstown.
Got Dwight Robinson. Contrast in coaching. Got Dwight Robinson, a longtime veteran, well on his way to 500 wins, probably the next one to get 500 in a few years. And then you got Coach Grimes over at Denbigh, youngster, second or third year.
Second season.
Second season as his coach.
Xavion Cleveland misses the first one, but he gets the putback. And it's going to be Landstown scoring first. That person's going to go against Kevin Parker Jr. And here's Xavion Cleveland, who was one of the area's leaders in interceptions this past year, Ed, on the football field. And he's a dual sport athlete that's got that second jump, that repeat jump that can really give people problems.
I've seen Denbigh play this year. He's going to give them trouble. They don't have that athlete like him inside. And that could be a problem.
Stolen away, and then Denbigh gets it right back with Grimes Jr. after the giveaway. Here is number 10 for Denbigh, Nasir Johnson. Kevin Parker from deep, off the mark, offensive rebound by McCray, and back to Parker, and he's fouled. So a couple of free throws coming for Kevin Parker Jr., the quarterback on the gridiron this past fall and the season before for Tommy Riemann, who just retired as a coach. Tommy Riemann used to coach football at Landstown, and now he will be involved in some capacity with Michael Vick, one of his former proteges, NFL quarterback, now named the new head football coach at Norfolk State. So it's odd, the little connections there. What is that, 6 degrees of separation they call it?
I don't know, but it feels like it's 6 degrees outside, even though the sun is shining. And I don't know. I do separate when it is that cold outside, and I get inside my house under the covers because I hate cold weather. Parker's a good one. Probably a youngster that's going to have to make a decision. Is it going to be football? Is it going to be basketball down the road? Not a real big fellow. Maybe football would be more the trend. But again, that's not for another year or so that he has to make that kind of decision.
And how about coaching your youngsters? You got Robinson coaching Robinson, and you have Jay Grimes coaching Jermaine Grimes Jr. So we'll see how Jermaine and Dame do in this game. A couple of young pups from the classes of 2028.
I feel sorry for kids coached by their dads, because their dads a lot of times are crazy, and they got to separate dad and coach, or the kid will go berserk.
Alon Walker with that bucket for the Landstown Eagles on the feed from Alonzo Martinez. Martinez shot lights out in that loss to John Marshall. Double team comes with Shaw and Robinson on Denbigh's number 5, Jaquan Gray, and it's turned over. And Jaquan Gray giving up the rock there, former Mitchell Monarch, and now it's Landstown with this 4-1 lead, trying to use their defense to unglue this Denbigh team in the first quarter right out of the gate here.
Yeah, you mentioned about Landstown with Martinez bombed some deep threes against Marshall, really helped get them back in that game against a world-class team like John Marshall. And that's one of the big parts of their offense is coming off the screen action. There it is, the jump shot.
Game time here at Woodside High School as Martinez finds the 9th grade phenom for the Eagles from Virginia Beach, and it's a 7-1 lead. He's got a smooth shot, and he's got a great IQ for the game.
Yeah, well, being the coach's son, you better. Because he probably, and I can imagine Dwight at home is more dad than coach, and lets Damian do his thing. But sometimes it's almost a no-win situation for the coach. If you play your son, people say you only play him because you're your son. If you don't play him, you got to deal with the wife at the house. It's a tough situation.
At the foul line, just a few feet behind, it's Xavion Cleveland. He fakes the handoff to Robinson, goes to attack with the right hand, can't get the finish. Who's got the board inside? Rashad Shaw does. As early on here, Landstown has come ready to play, and they have a 9-1 lead on these Patriots from Denbigh, now struggling to get the ball into the front court. It's going to be Parker leaping up to get it. Now Parker attacking off the bounce, and he's going to draw to the body of Cleveland. So a couple of foul shots coming for Kevin Parker Jr. The more he gets to the foul line, the better for Denbigh because it stops the clock, and now it makes Landstown have to stop with that defensive pressure that's in your face and in your space.
And Parker, you can see he can shoot the outside shot. He missed his earlier jumper, but when he missed the shot, he went quickly to the hole, got a return pass, and gets fouled, and I got fouled again. He can take it he can finish at the hole. He can shoot the three, and he can shoot the mid-range, all 3 levels of shooting. And if you're going to be considered a big-time scorer, you've got to be able to do all 3.
So here we go with the Denbigh Patriots hitting the first of a couple of free throws on this particular sequence.
Also watch today for Alan Walker, the big 6'7" youngster for Landstown. He was instrumental in that John Marshall game, battling the big fellows for Marshall for rebounds. He doesn't back away from anybody.
Really had a good first quarter in that game, and then as it progressed, got a little winded in that respect. But Denbigh trailing at 9-3 here in the early going.
Well, we got winded playing against 2 6'8" Division I prospects. I can see that.
Here's Martinez inside the block as Walker has it rejected. And here comes the Patriots on the move. Good block there. The young fellow just checked in. We'll tell you about him in a second for Denbigh in number 15.
Is that Dang?
That is Matoik Dang, 6'7", 2026 product. Missed shot from Johnson, rebound by Walker. Here's Robinson for 3, and it's money for Damian Robinson as he's knocked down not 1, but 2 from long distance, and it prompts a Denbigh timeout. Jay Grimes is unhappy right now with one of his players, and Dwight Robinson unhappy with one of his at the other end. And we'll take a quick timeout here and have some more basketball action coming your way here from the Woodside Way Hoop Fest, a 9-point advantage in favor of the Eagles. Let's hear from Chichos. Back here at Woodside High School, it's the Woodside Way Hoop Fest. Landstown with a 12-3 lead on Denbigh. Shot underneath is going to be no good, but a foul is a couple of free throws coming for the Patriots with 4:38 to go in our first quarter. And shooting these free throws will be Jatari McCray for Denbigh. Personal foul was called on Landstown's number 11, Josiah Law, who just checked into the game. Another good athlete, 6'4", 2027 talent. First foul shot, no good, and the Eagles now have checked into the game. Looks like that's going to be number 3 who's come in, Rashawn Johnson, and he is a 5'10" sophomore guard.
A lot of youngsters for Landstown. A team that will more than likely compete for state opportunity. They play a lot of youngsters.
Second foul shot will go for McCray. Denbigh's looking for its first field goal. All 4 points have come from the free throw line here. Here's Robinson. Gets bumped there a little bit by Johnson, but he stays with the dribble over to Law. Good find underneath, and Shaw scores it.
That was an athletic move, the best athletic move I've seen all year. Caught it in midair, twisted over his shoulder, banked it off the backboard. That was a shot.
That number 10's got some talent, doesn't he?
Wow, that was a shot.
Parker's got the basketball. It's going to be knocked out of bounds and last touch by Denbigh.
That was an ESPN highlight right there. Caught it coming across the basket, a lane away from the basket, caught it, and while in the air, twisted up over his shoulder and put it off the glass.
Josiah Law and Rashad Shaw teaming up for that special play. Dang's going to sky high to get the basketball. Denbigh looking for some type of offense here. Parker loses the handle, and it's off of Dang last. It'll be Landstown possession. So right now, does Denbigh have to slow this game down, Ed? It feels like they need to.
Well, we're getting into a situation that we just saw in a game earlier, Kempsville out of Virginia Beach against Austin Smith of Chesapeake. The press of Chesapeake just wore Kempsville down. Multiple turnovers, well over 20 in the game. Same thing here with Landstown. It just really out-physicaling Denbigh, and Denbigh can't get anything consistent started.
And Johnson's caught in the arm of Jaquan Gray, who will get called for the personal. It's Denbigh's second team foul. And now inbounding it from behind the hoop, we've got Dame Robinson for Landstown. Throws it up for Xavion Cleveland. Back to Robinson. Better get connected to him quickly because he can fire it and knock it down from distance. He's coming off a game last night against the Kempsville Chiefs where he had 21 points. Cleveland and Martinez with 11 apiece in that game. Here's Shaw over to Law. Josiah Law in the corner to Johnson now. Johnson against three shirts, passes out to Robinson for his third tray, and he knocks it down again. Damian Robinson is red hot to start this basketball game.
He's clapping, he's looking at everybody, he is hot.
Yeah, he might be soon giving his older stepbrother, Donald Hand Jr., a run for his money. It's going to be a 10-second violation on Denbigh. 17-4. Landstown has come out ready to roll, ready to roll, ready to roll.
They're ready to roll.
Back to the Landstown Eagles.
Into Robinson, who's maybe thinking about a heat check here. He's taking good shots. He's 3 for 3 from deep.
On fire early. Robinson trying to make something happen.
Over to Josiah Law. If you're just tuning in with basketball, 38-10, Penn State a winner over SMU in college football today. Cleveland misses the shot, gets his rebound. Here's Rashad Shaw going off the bounce, and he's good. How about this dynamic freshman duo? Shaw 3 for 3, Robinson 3 for 3 from deep, and they've accounted for 15 of the 19 points. Just ninth grade pups. Here's Kevin Parker Jr. up top. Pump fake from Gray. Landstown's got a couple of subs getting ready to come back in. Martinez and another sub, and that one's going to be way off the backboard. Not sure where that one was going. Denbigh yet to get a field goal. Corner 3 for Johnson. Won't go down, but look at Josiah Law sky for the stick back, and it's good. And Landstown is hitting on all cylinders right now at 21-4 out of the gate.
17-point lead right
Yeah, they are playing extremely well. They are playing extremely well, and Denbigh's just having a whole lot of trouble handling that pressure.
Shaw got the steal.
And when you're scoring layup after layup, you get pumped up to play that defense, and then you're playing against a team that's really, really struggling to get it by. You're going to get some more turnovers. Denbigh just needs to slow it down, reverse against that pressure, try to get some easier shots. I mean, they don't have a field goal yet. It's almost end of the first quarter.
You make it sound so easy. Jaden Bazemore,
so easy, yeah.
junior guard coming in.
That's
for
what
the
us
Eagles.
Coaches do. We tell the kids it's not that hard.
It doesn't look like Denbigh could go as deep into its bench. And there's going to be Law blocked by Johnson out of bounds. There's a nice defensive play by the Denbigh Patriots as Johnson showing some spring in his step, but I think as big of a question as getting the stops defensively, like you said, is getting a quality shot on the offensive end. They've only taken 4 field goals because of that Landstown defense. Pretty much like that team they played from Pennsylvania we saw a couple weeks ago. They couldn't get shots off against the Landstown defense.
Yeah, that was the game we'd seen on Showcase over at Landstown. And
help me with the team's name again for that. Do you remember that team's name they played from Pennsylvania?
Oh, that was
Science Park or something like. I forgot the name of it now. I'm drawing a blank.
Lincoln Park.
All right.
Out of Pittsburgh area in Pennsylvania. And they're pressed. I don't think that team is. And I know where that team is from, Pennsylvania. And there is teams that play some strong pressure. I don't think they saw as good as what Landstown put on the other night.
And here's Landstown with that trap. Robinson getting a rest right now. Eagles trapping in the corner even without him in the game. And it's going to be another turnover for Denbigh. And stepping out of bounds, it is Jermaine Grimes Jr. And Landstown with a 17-point lead. Looking sharp here. Another substitution as they bring in Maurice Menigo, 6'1" freshman for the Eagles, to come in wearing number 4. Martinez with the basketball over to Menigo. Here's Alon Walker up top. Alon loses the basketball. Diop trying to get it back. And it's going to be Matiak Dang, I should say, getting it for the Patriots. Off the mark for Grimes. Rebound for Johnson and the Eagles. Landstown has been cooking here early on. Martinez throws it over to Menigo. Menigo has it.
34 seconds to go, first quarter.
Here it is from the wing. Walker's going to have it stripped from Nasir Johnson. Here it is, handoff that's out of bounds, turnover for Denbigh. And with 21 seconds to go in the first quarter, it's all Landstown on top of Denbigh by a count of 21-4. This has been a mighty strong start here today.
Yeah, again, Denbigh just needs to calm it down so he can at least get, like you say, get a field goal attempt up there.
They kick it back out. 8 seconds on the clock. Menigo to Martinez. He's yet to take a shot. He's got 3 assists. Here's his first field goal try, and it's going to be off the mark, and that will end our first quarter. But a mighty good one as Landstown holds Denbigh without a field goal. A 21-4 lead as they get to the second quarter. Our game brought to you by the Coast Guard, and we'll come back with more. Stay tuned.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better. And it's our mission to get you there, because here you are more. One Life Fitness.
One Life Fitness, one inspired life. Try your new membership today at any one of the 8 locations conveniently placed across Hampton Roads. OneLifeFitness.com to claim a free trial pass as well. Second quarter about to start with Landstown and Denbigh, and what a start by these 2 freshmen, Ed.
Damian Robinson, Landstown freshman, 9 points, 3 of 3 on threes, all threes. He's hitting them. And Rashad Shaw has 6 points. So and he also can altogether 6 for 6 for a freshman from the field. Ain't not worried about making them nervous.
Here is Denbigh losing the basketball again as it's stolen away by Rashad Shaw. Martinez sharing the basketball. So is Shaw. Martinez gets it back from Shaw. His 3 won't go down. Rebounded by Dang. And you know what? I like his mentality of this game. Against John Marshall, he was looking to shoot it and get his team going, but he's been sharing it today. And Landstown has so many different weapons they can do it. They trap Dang, who kicks it back out to Parker. Can he get going? They need someone to get a field goal. Patriots trail it by 17. Here comes Damian Robinson to pick him up defensively. Parker throws a bounce pass, and it's off the mark. trying to get it to Johnson. And right now, Denby's just out of sync with what Landstown's defense has done.
They got to get their offense moving. They got to get some screen action to make Landstown look for you on defense instead of just being right in the right spot to do that double team. And signals are mixed right now in Denver.
Here's Damian Robinson from deep, and that one almost went down again, rebounded by Johnson. When he releases, it looks like it's going to go down every time. Here's Parker up
strong
top.
shot. The game we saw against Marshall, he was more of a playmaker early and did scoring later in the game. And he's the type of kid that can run the point, but he can also be a two-guard, which is more of a scoring-type guard. But he is a playmaker. He doesn't mind getting the ball to people. And for a freshman, he has excellent basketball IQ.
Robinson inbounding it to Alonzo Martinez, being guarded by Jermaine Grimes Jr. Promising future ahead for him. Here is Law catching the high post, thought about a shot, pulls it back out to Rashad Shaw, who gets some space to operate, and what a smooth drive by Rashad Shaw. That hesitation move and the finish.
With the left hand, coming right in, and again, that kid does not play like a freshman.
Now the debate becomes which freshman is better between these two, because they're both making so many quality plays here. Denbigh stuck on the base on McCray, over to Johnson, and what a move by
beautiful backdoor, beautiful cut. Nasir Johnson, that's what we need to see more Denbigh doing. Make that cut hard to the hole, and then finish at the rim.
Just their 5th field goal attempt. Robinson loses the basketball, stolen away by Johnson. Maybe Nasir Johnson can get them ignited, but then he loses it back to Martinez after the rare Landstown turnover.
In terms of what you said a few seconds ago about Shaw and Robinson, who's the better? They both get along well, what I see on the court. Their games complement each other, though they do a lot of things similar. I think Robinson's more of a playmaker, and Shaw would be more of the scorer. But right now, I see them complement each other very well.
Robinson dribbling against the defense, and there's another hustle play from Nasir Johnson, taking it from him, throws it up ahead, and it's going to be out of bounds. So they're able to create a couple of turnovers here, but Ed, they give it right back to the Patriots.
That looked like a 3-yard gain for a first down. Bodies flying every which way. Ball through, looked like it was going into the end zone. That was a... one thing about a Peninsula District up in this area, they let you play.
Here's Martinez against 2 defenders. Robinson's open in the corner if they find him. Here's Shaw over to Martinez. They didn't see him look up because Dame was wide open in the corner. Here's Robinson in the lane catching it, and they're going to call an offensive foul as he ran over Jermaine Grimes Jr. So a couple of miscues here the last few trips for Landstown, and I think Martinez didn't see him that one possession, then Dame looked to create there, and Denbigh was able to draw the charge. Nice job on defense here. Now can their offense get going?
Right. And again, this is what they need to do, is calm it down. They got to get some shot attempts before they get points.
So far, they've only gotten 6 field goal attempts in this game.
And made 1.
Here's Johnson. They've turned it over 12 times. Here's Parker, almost turnover number 13, but you see the reach there, and that's one if you're Dwight Robinson you can live with. It's the 2nd team foul, but you almost got to steal again, and they'll call that one on Rashad Shaw. It's going to be his first personal. I think the only one with 2 fouls is Law right now for the Eagles. And Denbigh has no fouls this quarter, so maybe they've got to pick up some things defensive. They have shown some double teams here on a couple of the ball handlers. And they forced a couple of Eagles turnovers the last few trips down. Only 4 turnovers through the first, I think 9 minutes it was for Landstown, maybe 10. Trying to catch that inbound. It's going to be a turnover again for Denbigh. Here come the Eagles in transition. Xavion Cleveland with the acrobatic finish. And once again, the Eagles strike.
That's what he does well. Run the floor, attack the rim. That's what he does well.
Runner won't go down for Denbigh, and Shaw's going to come away with it. McCray defending him. Here's Robinson. Up top to Martinez. Martinez with a left-handed dribble. Can Landstown get some inside scoring right now? That's the question. 19-point lead, though. A lot of their damage done from the perimeter so far with 3 makes from Robinson. Here's Martinez creating off the bounce. It's going to be deflected out of bounds, but Denbigh making it hard without Walker in the game for the Eagles to get something set up inside. They work it inside out.
Right, and what you're looking at right now is a lot of motion offense where guys will come to the ball, cut to the basket. If you're open, get it to them. It's designed to get the help away from the defense so you don't double team the ball in.
Here's Robinson. Robinson is fouled.
Damian Robinson, he's fouled by Nasir Johnson.
Nasir Johnson commits that personal for Denbigh. It's his first, so Robinson to the foul line here. First free throw is swished.
And next on the first and 2.
Another one coming with a 20-point lead here with 4:19 to go in our first half. And that foul shot is drilled as well.
Damian Robinson does have a real, what we call sweet stroke. You can tell that youngster has been on the courts everywhere, probably at the basket, portable basket in the backyard, driveway, in the bedroom, in the kitchen, and he's getting shots up, and it shows.
Denbigh, Kevin Parker throws a pass that's going to be intercepted. He'll try a deep one. That one's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Denbigh, as that one is going to be collected by the Patriots. They call it jump ball there? I think they did. Rebound, by the way, by Victor George, a 6'4" sophomore forward that just checked in for Denbigh. Ed, I don't see a single senior on the roster for Denbigh. Not one, which is hard to fathom.
They've got 4 freshmen on the roster. Landstown has 5. And Landstown, I think, has 1 senior listed.
There was steps, and he's going to be out of bounds anyway on Victor George.
But Landstown is a little bit more seasoned young squad than what Denbigh is. Denbigh is, just a couple of years removed from, I think it was a 2-win season. So Coach Grimes has had his work cut out for him, but he has the program speeding in the right direction.
Yeah,
speeding in the right
coming in this one at 4-2, beating Phoebus, Heritage, Gloucester, and Warwick. They lost a 1-point game you saw against defending Class 4 state champ Hampton, 35-34, and lost to Woodside by only 12.
Saw both those games.
And it's a foul after the turnover by the Eagles. And you can hear coming through our audio, Coach Robinson voicing his displeasure on his guys.
He lets them know. Coach doesn't worry about scoreboard. Some people say, "Oh, Coach, you're up 27-6. Calm down." Nah, Coach Robinson doesn't coach by the scoreboard. He coaches by what he preaches and do in practice.
Good find by Johnson to McCray, who lays it in as Denbigh starting to get some better cutting and moving around the basketball. And Cleveland almost loses that one out of bounds. It gets touched last by McCray for the Patriots. But Denbigh played Hampton and Woodside pretty competitively. Lose by just 1 and 12 today. A really rough start.
Yeah, they had legitimate chances to beat Hampton. Hampton is extremely good 4A team, who I think can be in the States. And they held them to like a 35-33 win.
35-34.
34 win. So
Cleveland's going to get called for steps traveling as it goes back to the Patriots. And already Landstown with more turnovers this quarter than the first. So I'm sure they'll be hearing it from
that's
Dwight
not going to
Robinson
sit
at
with
halftime.
Coach. That's not going to sit with Coach Robinson at all. And again, he coaches each possession towards perfection, which is admirable and the way it should be. But sometimes, as kids, and they look at a scoreboard and they figure, okay, it's my shot, or I don't have to play this hard on defense. That's when they find themselves sitting on the bench and thinking about what do you really want to do, because you're not going to go hard the whole time. There's no need to put you out there.
It's a second foul on Damian Robinson. So Shaw with 2, Robinson with 2, and now Kevin Parker Jr. to the foul line for the 5th and 6th time in this first half, and he hits this one. Give him 4 points, all of the charity stripe. We've got a couple of referees that I am familiar with. We've got Jimmy Gerald to our right, former Warwick boys coach, and Calvert Cook, former linebacker at Booker T. Washington that I covered. His dad, by the way, Billy Cook, a referee as well. I'm not sure who the 3rd member of our officiating crew is for this game, and I do apologize about that. But and I see we have legends in the house. We have the mom of Ashley James, the late great Ashley James, and Isaiah James of NC State. Toya has entered the building, as well as Shonda Bailey, Hampton women's basketball coach, the Crabbers, who are a state tournament fixture. Here's Damian Robinson from a long distance as he knocks it down yet again. It's Dame time, and maybe he'll start getting a little watch or Fitbit and point to it like Lillard does for the Milwaukee Bucks. 30-10. Here it is down low, and the layup is good for Victor George on the pass from Nasir Johnson. Tell you what, Nasir Johnson's got some game.
Yeah, Nasir Johnson took a tongue lashing from Coach Grimes in an earlier timeout. Ever since then, he has come out and really, really produced. And Coach Grimes stuck with him. So, you got to know your kids of how hard you're going to get on them. And then when they're doing right, stick with them.
They're going to call an offensive foul on Josiah Law, taking that charge for Denbigh, number 5, Jaquan Gray. So that's the third foul on Law, who will now sit. Coach Robinson will sub back in Jaden Bazemore, the 6'1", 2026 guard. So it's an 18-point lead, but if Denbigh can chip away at this and get it down to about 12 or 14 by halftime, you feel like you're within, hailing distance, don't you?
Well, you do, and then you also got to stop them from scoring. So there's two sides of that coin.
But Landstown started stopping themselves here with just 9 in this quarter after putting up 21 in the first. Denbigh has to just get the tempo control.
And they got a little fat-headed, I'll say, with Landstown.
Victor George
that will be cleaned up at halftime. You can assure yourself on that.
It's down to 16 here as the Patriots, the Newport News faithful, trying to get them back in. A little 2-1-2 look here defensively. Shaw with the bounce pass. Here's Bazemore kicking it out. Robinson makes the pass to Johnson. Head fake over to Dame. His corner 3 is money, and that will stop the run immediately as he has now hit on 5 3-pointers in the first half. Just when Denbigh thought they were back in it, and he gets a steal. The errant pass from Johnson, and here's Shaw getting fouled going up. So you have the shooting dynamic of Robinson and then the creating abilities of Rashad Shaw, who can get a board or a steal, and he's off to the races.
He is quick, lightning quick. If he don't run track, if I'm the track coach, I'm trying to recruit him. He can move. And Dame is just really smooth on the defensive end too. He has that knack where the ball. He's got longer arms than you think for a youngster, and he can reach up and just snatch something. And again, I'm impressed by how well the two freshmen play in terms of each other, play off of each other in the game. I'm really impressed with that, because youngsters that young, sometimes it's about me. Not selfishly, but sometimes just indirectly it happens. They don't do that.
Shaw with now 9 points in the game, misses the second free throw. Rebound collected by McCray. You're right, 6'1" is Robinson, and Shaw listed at 6'1" as well. How talented is this twosome of 9th graders? And it's going to be another turnover for Denbigh as they lose the basketball. I'm not sure there's a better freshman duo, at least in the 7-5-7. Maybe the whole state, you could argue. Maybe a Paul VI has a couple that are really good, but I'll tell you what, you're going to be hard-pressed to find 2 freshmen that can hang with these 2 youngsters that have really put on a nice show here in this first half. Here's Alonzo Martinez from 3, and he connects from deep, and just like that, Landstown has increased its lead to 23 after Denbigh was getting within almost single digits.
Well, you got Martinez now in a situation with Robinson and Shaw out, more of a shooter, and don't forget, he can do it.
Basket is good for Jatari McCray. Count it plus the foul as they'll pick up that foul on Bazemore. So McCray able to get himself to the free throw line here. A 6'3" sophomore for the Denbigh Patriots. And here is the chance at a 3-point play. And he misses it. Xavion Cleveland with the board. He's got 3 so far in our first half. Martinez up ahead. Here's Bazemore. Eagles going to try to hold for 1 shot as Coach Robinson puts up that index finger. 18 ticks to go. 21-point deficit. They're going to call steps on Rashawn Johnson.
Step to the turnover. That is actually going to the Denbigh Patriots.
Eagles ranked in the most recent Virginia Preps Class 6 top 10 at number 3. Number 1, Oscar Smith. Number 2, Hayfield. And we'll see Hayfield later. We saw Oscar Smith, but they figured to be in the mix when it's all said and done, just like those other 2 teams we mentioned. Here's Denbigh trying to get a shot up before the horn, and it's going to be good. Stop, pop, and roll. It's a basket for the Denbigh Patriots, and then that heave is no good for Martinez. Give it to Davion Richard as Denbigh ends the half with a bucket. However, it is Landstown with a comfortable 37-18 lead here in game number 2 of the varsity action of the, what do you call it, quintuple? What do you call it, 5? Not a quad?
Quintet.
Quintet. Of our 5-game feature here on Cova Sports TV. 37-18, Landstown with the lead. I'll figure out what the heck you call that. We're going to hear, though, some more from those that make it possible for us to do this with you each and every week. We talk about 757 Saturday Sports Talk as our weekly podcast, and we are doing live streaming all the time on Cova Sports TV, whether it's football, lacrosse, soccer, field hockey, and now basketball, too, for you. What is 757 Saturday Sports Talk? Well, here you'll find out about that, plus more from sponsors like Town Bank, CHKD, and One Life. We'll come back with some halftime stats and thoughts in just a bit, right here on Cova Sports TV.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on. We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state. You got Play-Doh? Get out of here!
We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
Well, no, you got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in a phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients, and we're more than a hospital.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there, because here you are more. One Life Fitness.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
And we're back here at halftime, about 5 more minutes until we get the third quarter underway here at Woodside High School for the Woodside Way Hoop Fest with the coach Ed Young. I am Matt Hatfield. Our score at the break, it's Landstown on top of the Denbigh Patriots by a count of 37 to 18. Let's go through some of the halftime stats, Ed, and get your thoughts on these here. For the Eagles, they've been led by Damian Robinson, 17 points on 5 of 7 from 3 with a couple of steals. Rashad Shaw, 9 points on 4 of 4 shooting with 3 rebounds. Xavion Cleveland with 4 points and 3 rebounds. The Eagles shot 14 of 24 from the field. That is 58.3%. 3-11 from, check that, 6-11 from three-point distance. That's over 50% at 54.5%. 3 of 5 from the foul line, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 11 turnovers, 1 block shot, and 6 steals for Denbigh. 6 of 13 from the field, 46.2%. They were 0 of 5 from behind the arc, 6 of 9 from the foul line with 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 16 turnovers, 2 block shots, and 6 steals. Leading scorer for Denbigh with 5 points all at the free throw line, Kevin Parker Jr., 4 points apiece for Jatari McCray and Victor George. Your takeaway from the first half and what we would expect, or what you should expect if you're watching out there with the Eagles and Patriots duking it out.
Well, you've got Denbigh with 16 turnovers, which is 4 times the amount of assists, which is more than shot attempts, 13. And a little bit more than double shots made, 6. So that tells you right there, them turnovers, which could be shots, are not. And they're going to have to cut them way down, way down. And Landstown, basically that halftime speech is keep doing what you're doing, cut down the turnovers, because Landstown had, 11 in the first half, which is a little uncharacteristic of them in terms of the ball.
7 in the second quarter.
Yeah. And they just got to cut it down. They got a little, I think, a little lackadaisical when they got the big lead and take some quick shots, a little careless with the ball. And all that'll be cleaned up. You got to remember now, this is a team with 5 freshmen and 3 play a lot. So you're going to have that. Again, you, as coaches, we always try to work or practice towards the perfect game, whatever that is. And you're never going to get one, but at the same time, you're going to fall slightly short and still have a great game. That's the whole key. Play a great game, and that's what Landstown's trying to do, to keep that up no matter who they play, where they're going to be in terms of at the end of the game, on winning side, losing side.
And that's part of the growing pains for 2 teams full of underclassmen. I think the intrigue with a matchup like this, we still have 3 more games to go after this one, including Kings Fork and C.G. Woodson. I know you got a chance to talk with Doug Craig a little while ago in between games. He's excited to have his team down here with a really good point guard we'll see in Kalen Chilton, one of the best sophomores around, against the Kings Fork team that can play fast and furious.
Well, Doug mentioned about coming down. He said the 757 has a lot of great teams, a lot of great players, a lot of great coaches. And he feels if you're going to make a serious run in regionals or into state, you're going to have to come through 757. A lot of the guys outside this area will say that. So he wants to come down, get a taste of it. So it'd be ready for him as they move on into their season too. Doug does a great job with his squad. They are not overly flashy. They're patient. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They're in the right positions. It's just a matter of whether shots go down and Kings Fork's pressure. They're going to have to be able to handle Kings Fork pressure.
Well, you remember we called that memorable state championship. Me and Andy Hayes on the NFHS Network, 55-50 in overtime when they won the state title over C.D. Hilton. And that was, hard to believe, that was 7 years ago, his first state championship. Kings Fork, their only state championship under Rick Height was the COVID-shortened one. Remember, they got to Norfolk State just like Green Run Boys and Hampton Girls and Princess Anne Girls, and then the whole world shut down, but Rick Height's got another really good Bulldogs team. We got 2 more games after that with the likes of John Marshall and Hayfield. Woodside and Miller School. Hayfield's actually beaten John Marshall before, but very few teams have beaten John Marshall lately. And we'll see if Woodside can remain undefeated, the host school, as they take on the Mavericks from the Miller School. We'll take one more time out. Again, our game is brought to you by the Coast Guard today. And Ed's got a hunkering for some pizza. So where are you going for some pizza, Edward?
Chicho's.
Hey, let's hear from Chicho's. We'll be back with the third quarter right here on your home for all sports around the Commonwealth, whether it's local, high school, college, or pro. Cova Sports TV has you covered. And if you got a hunkering for pizza, you know it's Chicho's. Some sad news to report as we get our third quarter underway. One of the all-time greats in Major League Baseball history, Rickey Henderson, has passed away. Ed, he was one of the all-time greats in the sport of Major League Baseball as we lose him at the age of 65. Rest in peace to Rickey Henderson, the Man of Steel, he was nicknamed. Played 24 seasons in Major League Baseball and known for his stolen base records and one of the all-time talents.
Tell me who's a greater leadoff hitter than Rickey Henderson? Nobody.
It's hard to argue that with you.
Nobody. Played a few years for my Yankees. Still did well.
Landstown gets the steal on the first possession of our third quarter. A Hall of Famer that was known for his durability. Taken away by the Patriots here. Here's Parker. Looking to attack off the dribble. Can't get that shot to finish, and it will stay with Denbigh, it looks like. And Alon Walker back in the game. He's had a good long while, but we'll see if he can be that presence in the paint for the Eagles.
The first possession was declared at halftime. Dwight wanted that. Coach Robinson wanted that ball inside. You could see it. And they passed up a couple outside jumpers trying to establish inside game for what they need to do the rest of the year. So he was not happy when that ball didn't get inside. Walker, I think, said a lot in the first half because they were so deadly from the outside and a lot of drives. They didn't really need him, but they're going to need his presence as the season goes on.
Shot won't go down for the Patriots. Eagles with Robinson over to Martinez. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It will stay at this end of the court.
We'll stay with the Landstown Eagles. 19-point lead still for the Eagles. 6:57 to go in the third quarter.
Robinson off the dribble over to Shaw. Shaw with a feed inside to Cleveland, and he gets the finish. Xavion Cleveland from Rashad Shaw. It's good ball movement again from the Eagles. The execution leads to a 39-18 advantage.
Beautiful pass from Shaw. Really nice.
Double team, and then it's going to be Jaquan Gray called for the hook. Back over to Landstown here with 6:35 to go in the third quarter as Robinson will be inbounding it. 21-point deficit for the Patriots. Venture to say this has been the most they've been down all year. They have played Woodside and Hampton, two defending state champs from the Peninsula District. Behind the back maneuver for Martinez. Here's Robinson in front of their bench, using a screen from Xavion Cleveland, trying to get downhill. He gives it to Martinez. Then Landstown goes inside, and there's Alon Walker scoring it from Alonzo Martinez as Landstown has gotten back to some textbook execution here in the half court on offense.
And that's what they're trying to do, is to deliberately get that ball inside. Take a few more extra seconds to get that ball inside.
Rashad Shaw's ready for the steal, and here it is. Action in the open court, and it's a layup for the Landstown Eagles as Denbigh is starting to struggle with some miscues here. Parker in the corner for three, and he knocks it down. Kevin Parker with the long-range connection, and that'll help Denbigh get a little bit closer in a quick 30-second timeout. And while we've got that, it gives you a chance to hear some about Dairy Queen. DQ, it's fan food, not fast food.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
I'm Dr. Mark Carter.
Alrighty, third quarter action here from Woodside High School, the Woodside Way Hoop Fest.
Back to the action.
Wolverines play the nightcap tonight against Miller School at 6 o'clock, roughly. It'll be the matchup with John Marshall and Hayfield, 4:30 after this one is done. Scheduled start time for Kings Fork and C.G. Woodson. Right now, Landstown on top, 43-21 on the Denbigh Patriots. With a little under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, Shaw gets it up the floor to Martinez. Now Robinson has it. Damian Robinson stop, pop, and it's money for the fabulous freshman Damian Robinson as Landstown pushes its lead to 24.
Again, working the offense, cutting it closer to the bucket. He was able to get that foul line jumper.
Dang gives it to Parker, who just had his first field goal of the day. The talented quarterback on the gridiron ends up throwing this one away, however.
Overthrew the receiver.
He's got a bright future ahead of him, though, for a sophomore that does it in both sports.
See, the thing with Coach Grimes, you know, you say, well, how do you play Woodside so well, almost beat a Hampton team, and then you come out here and it's hard getting a ball across half court, can't score, That's what happens when you have youngsters.
Robinson can't get that one to go. Walker tries to follow it, and he can't get it to go either.
Denbigh will be okay in league play. They will be okay. These kids just got to get experience. The only way you get that is you got to get out and play it.
Haven't gotten a lot of defensive rebounds today, have the Patriots. Here's a nice move, little spin around. Spinorama won't go down for the Patriots with McCray, and Walker clears it for the Eagles. Now Robinson's got it. 24-point cushion for Landstown. Damian with it. Being guarded by Parker, hands it off to Shaw. Shaw trying to get some room to maneuver. Over to Robinson in the corner. His three won't go down this time. Rebounded by Denbigh with McCray. Up ahead to Nasir Johnson. And now looking to attack off the dribble. McCray can't get the finish. Dang tries to follow it. And it's Landstown coming away with the board as we tick near 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Oscar Smith won by 28 the last time out, and it's varsity opener of this event. Landstown with a 24-point margin. Here's Xavion Cleveland working against the defender, and McCray can't get the finish, and Dang gets the board. Both teams in a little bit of a run offensively right now. Here's a three-pointer for Parker. It won't go down, and Shaw gets the board. A lot of quick trigger shots right now. Here's Martinez from deep, and that one won't go down. Another rebound for Denbigh as we're in a dry spell, both ends.
Yeah, it's getting...
Jaquan Gray. Ding for the three.
But Dang ends the dry spell. As the drought is over and we get a Landstown timeout, is Dwight Robinson unhappy with the last few possessions?
No, he's definitely not happy. They came out of the locker room with the idea of running half-court offense. 3-4 passes, get it inside. They definitely have the size advantage.
What's worse, the frowl or the scowl, or are they the same?
I think they're the same. It depends on how you look at it, and is it looking at you? If he's looking at you in particular, it's not good.
CHKD Sports Medicine, big thanks to them. Here's some more about CHKD right now.
I'm Dr. Mark Cardelia, orthopedic surgeon and surgical director of the CHKD Sports Medicine program. We see a lot of knee injuries in student athletes these days, and many of these are ACL tears. Parents often ask how to know when a knee injury may be serious. The most obvious symptom is severe pain or swelling in the knee joint. Your child may have heard a pop when the injury occurred. Look for signs they can't put weight on the knee around 48 hours.
And back to the action now after that timeout. Damian Robinson into the front court. Dame at the foul line to Xavion Cleveland. Zay over to Johnson. His three ball won't go down. Rebounded by Denbigh. Jaquan Gray's got it. Landstown trying to speed up Denbigh and get some turnovers, which they've done so effectively throughout this ballgame. Just two giveaways. Check that. Looks like maybe three in this quarter, if I can read my color-coded. Again, people out there can't see it. I have the black for the first quarter, the orange for the second, purple for the third, and pink for the fourth.
You learn your colors well in elementary school.
I did. You know what?
Best 9, what?
No, it wasn't 9.
9 years?
It was only 5.5.
Oh, okay. Grades 1 through 6 is elementary.
I'll take a Crayola set from you for Christmas, but I doubt I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get the same as you gave me last year. So.
No, I don't have Crayola. I got Play-Doh at home, but I don't have Crayola.
There we go, off the bounce. Nasir Johnson throws a missile pass to Deng, who got hit going up, and 2 free throws coming for Denbigh here. If you're wondering about the schedules for these two teams coming out of the breaks, Denbigh has Churchland on January 3rd, Kickingham January 7th, Bethel January 9th, Minchfield January 14th. These are all road games with the exception of the Kickingham game. First foul shot here for Deng won't go down. And as for the Landstown Eagles, They are going on away for the holidays coming up. We'll ask Dwight Robinson, assuming they win this game and post-game, what's on deck for them. But big one to circle, January 7th against Green Run at home. That is a big beach showdown for them. The second foul shot won't go down for Deng, and we've got, I think, a lane violation. They're going to call a foul, rather, on Nasir Johnson, so it's going to go back over to Landstown here with 2:38 to go in the third quarter. But they played John Marshall to a 67-53 loss that was a lot closer than that final score would probably indicate. Damian Robinson over to Alonzo Martinez. Martinez, a 5'9" senior guard. Only senior in this game, Ed. How about that? We've got a basketball game right now with just one senior, according to what I'm showing on the roster sheets. He's the only 2025 player who will be walking the stage for either one of these two teams.
Right. Unless they type some information, that you're right. He's the only senior out there. And these two teams are going to be able to go to the well next couple of years pretty well.
Will be fascinating to watch here. Damian Robinson backing down the defender. Kicks it out, Martinez. Martinez trying to scoot by, and Parker's going to pick up the foul. All right, now it's the MVP conversation we had last game, where it was given to Cam Walters of Oscar Smith, who had 14 points, 3 assists, 3 steals. Christian Lynch in defeat for Kempsville. I think Kevin Parker's your choice for Denbigh, but Robinson or Shaw, right now I'm leaning with Robinson at the moment, but it's close.
It's real close. I'm going to wait till the
final numbers are tabulated.
Over,
yeah. Shaw's trying to add to his totals right now as he reps the baseline over to Martinez. And much like you said earlier, I don't think either kid's thinking about that right now. They're just playing the basketball game.
Yes.
It's going to be a basket and one. Xavier Cleveland takes the contact, finishes, and he's got an and one opportunity. So the Eagles looking for Xavier Cleveland, who once he gets going, it feels like he's still sort of finding his way back from football shape. They were unsure if he'd be coming back to them this particular season, and he is, and he's certainly a big boost to what they do.
He's a major part of this group. He's long, lanky, athletic. He's a guy that I could see being big in many games where you're going to start concentrate on Shaw and Robinson.
Double-double candidate for sure, and there he is getting a steal. Xavier Cleveland goes all the way to the basket, can't get it. Shaw tries to follow it. He can't get it to go. And Jaquan Grace pushing it up the court. And now Denbigh getting a little sloppy again. That's the first foul on Martinez, by the way. Actually, it's his second, according to the up top. The clock. Grace, 3 won't go down. Johnson gets the rebound for Landstown. Denbigh just 2 of 9 from long distance in this game. Down to our last 75 seconds of the quarter. Cleveland fakes the handoff. Martinez trying to come back for it. Now he'll face up against the defender in George. Looks to attack, and he gets it good, and he's saying, hey, you guys over there on press row, maybe you need to put me in the MVP conversation right now. Xavier Cleveland with that basket is up to 11 points and 4 rebounds. Here's Parker in the corner. 3 ball for Richard. Not going to fall. Offensive rebound collected by McCray.
Yes.
And it's George getting the
13, number 13, yep.
The bucket for Denbigh. Here's Xavier Cleveland going to work now as he's got 9 points in the quarter, and Landstown's doubling up Denbigh 52-26. Parker loses the handle. Teammate gets it. McCray gives it over to Richard. The little fellow looks to attack, can't get the shot to go, and the rebound is going to be saved over to McCray, but now thrown away.
That possession going back to those Landstown Eagles.
22 turnovers and counting for Denbigh in this game. They've exceeded Kempsville's total here in just under 3 full quarters of play. Is that a product of Denbigh having some sloppy moments, or a lot of it forced by Landstown in your eyes?
It's Landstown's pressure on Denbigh. I've seen Denbigh play Hampton and Woodside. Yeah, they had some key turnovers in those games against some big, athletic, experienced teams, but Landstown's caused a lot of this issue.
Here's Damian Robinson trying to attack and take matters into his own hands, and it's going to be a jump ball. Will stay with the Eagles here with 3.6 seconds to go. 19 points for Damian Robinson. I'd say he's cooled off, Ed, but he's only taken 2 shots in this quarter. So here he is to try to get the last shot, though. Almost went down, and the follow by Shaw will not go. And that will conclude 3 quarters of play. It's Landstown on top, 52-26 over the Denbigh Patriots in our second varsity game of 5 here at the Woodside Way Hoop Fest in Newport News. We'll step aside after we hear from Vault Athletics and Fitness, and we'll come back and tell you more right here on Cova Sports TV. And we're back here on Cova Sports TV as we talk to you from the Woodside High School in Newport News. The Vault Athletics and Fitness facility is Hampton Roads' 13,000 square foot facility located in the hilltop section of Virginia Beach, where they specialize in youth athlete development, personal training, small group training, and specialty fitness classes. Vault Athletics and Fitness. And perhaps when you go in there, you might run into the coach, Ed Young, one of these days. You never know.
No, you can run into me at Planet Fitness,
don't
but
say
not
that. Don't
Vault
say that.
Fitness.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Well, I say that because it's right next. It's about a mile from my house.
Okay.
So it's close. And I'm working on it. But I got to try Vault Fitness.
You got to try it. Landstown 52, Denbigh 26. Kevin Parker Jr. attacking off the dribble, and it's going to be a foul. Rebound is collected by Johnson. And they're going to call that foul on Johnson, so it will stay right here with the Denbigh Patriots. So a 52-26 lead for Landstown. Robinson's got 19, Ed, 11 for Shaw. Xavier Cleveland with 13 points, and it's going to be thrown away almost. And it will be thrown away. And it goes to the Landstown Eagles, as they say it was last touched by Denbigh. And they're going to now discuss if is it white ball or is it black ball. White ball would mean it's Denbigh, black ball would mean it's Landstown, as Jimmy Gerald has a conversation right now with Dwight Robinson. Let's see if they do give it to Landstown. It looks like they're pointing in that direction. And it's going to be Landstown basketball. They're going to inbound it from there because it was thrown out at the one end. So they cleared it up.
Not touch, it goes to where it was last standing. So.
We have to give a shout out. Dave Macito's here, Virginia Wesleyan men's basketball coach, and one of his guards is in the building who played at Landstown, Demir Pollard, who we've run into the Pollard family. Great folks, by the way. Foul's going to be committed by Rashad Johnson as they lose the handle right back to the Denbigh Patriots.
Yeah, Coach Macito's here. His wife allowed him to come out. He got some of his Christmas shopping done, so she let him come out and do a little recruiting. So Dave's feeling happy.
Here's Gray looking to attack, and he'll draw the foul. By the way, Ronald Dove has come in, 6'3" freshman for Denbigh. 2 foul shots coming for Jaquan Gray after that third personal foul is committed on Rashawn Johnson. So here's Gray at the line. First one is no good.
Gray can't connect with the first one. One more to go.
Am I seeing this right? Denbigh has not had a foul this quarter.
Well, the quarter's just started.
I mean, this half.
In and out. Gray can't get anything around. Damian, the devastating Damian Robinson. Rashawn Shaw in the corner.
Well, what do you think of the changing in the rules in terms of the fouls, by the way, from quarters and halves that the HSL instituted recently?
I thought it'd be a problem. I think it was before last year. Thought it wasn't needed. I like the idea of one-on-one with 7 fouls, 10 free throws, 10 fouls, you get 2 shots. But I think everybody's adapted to it. It's not an issue.
Well, we'll let you explain it, too, for folks who don't know what the heck we're talking about in a second. This is going to be a foul on Dove for Denbigh. It's their first here. And so for those folks that are not aware of it, well, we've got a timeout here from Landstown and Dwight Robinson. So we actually keep it right here with 7:02 to go. Explain for folks what that entails that are unaware of that. That rule change went into effect, was it before last year?
Yes, it was before last year or 2 years ago, but it's very recent. Back before when a team made 7 fouls, you fouled 7 times as a team. The other team got to go to the foul line and shoot what's called a 1-on-1. If you make the first free throw, you get the second one. You miss the first one, we play it. Once you got to 10 fouls, 8, 9, 10, now that your opponent shoots automatic 2 shots, unless they were shooting fouls. On an active shooting foul, if it goes in, the basket's good, and you get 1 free throw. If it's a three-pointer goes in, the three-pointer's good, you get 1 shot. Now it's if you get 5 fouls in a quarter, your opponent shoot 2 free throws. Hope everyone understood that.
Here's Xavier Cleveland attacking. That's going to be the second foul of the quarter. And it's also on Ronald Dove again. Here's Xavier Cleveland at the line.
A technical foul, which most people know what it is, counts also as a team foul on a player. If a player gets a technical foul, it also counts as a team foul. That rule changed about 9-10 years ago that they made it an automatic personal foul. I mean, excuse me, team foul.
Is good for Xavier Cleveland. And that one is no good. Rebounded by Kevin Parker Jr. They lose the handles. Robinson gets the steal from Grimes Jr. up ahead of Shaw, and Cleveland off the glass will stick it in for 2. A little showtime action for Landstown.
That was a off the glass alley-oop, but timing was wrong on Cleveland's part.
Corner 3 won't go down for Grimes Jr., and it's rebounded by Rashad Shaw. Over to Rashawn Johnson. He'll pass it to Damian Robinson, looking to back down. A smaller guard kicks it to Shaw. Thought Shaw might pull the trigger on that one. He didn't. So they're going to run some of that motion Princeton-style offense they have in the half court that Landstown likes to utilize. Doing some cutting. Off the bounce. Look at Rashawn Johnson create for his first 2 of the game. Not too shabby for the sophomore 5'10 guard.
They worked the ball well. There was 4 passes in that offense. You got a layup out of it. That's nice.
Parker Jr. has his pass stolen away. And here's Landstown. There's the alley-oop as Cleveland flushes it down on the feed from Rashad Shaw. And Landstown is pulling away by 23 at the Woodside Way Hoop Fest.
We were waiting for that. They tried to hook up on an alley-oop right before that. Finally got one.
Parker will try a 3. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Landstown with Rashad Shaw. And Shaw here with the basketball. He's going to have it poked away for a second, but maintains the dribble. Xavier Cleveland. And it will be knocked out of bounds last by Johnson over to Denbigh. Law will come in for Cleveland for Landstown.
Minutes to go in this one.
23-point lead. No, it's a 33-point lead, rather, for Landstown. As they have a bigger margin than Denbigh has total points in this one. Pretty dominant performance from the Eagles. Double team comes with Robinson and Johnson on Nasir Johnson. He gets rid of it. Denbigh tries to throw it in the corner. Witchard gets rid of it and unfortunately cannot connect with his teammate and Grimes Jr. as it's turned over yet again for Denbigh.
4:30 to go. And this ball game, Alonzo Martin has it.
Pressure by Landstown is still, throughout the game, they're up 30-some, but they're still pressuring.
26 points, 26 turnovers for Denbigh in this game. Hard to win when you have as many points as turnovers.
Yeah, that makes it hard.
Martinez can't get it to go. Nasir Johnson. And it's going to be a whistle against Denbigh as that's turnover number 27. And I think that's That's on Nasir Johnson. His day is done with 2 points. He has fouled out.
Yeah, he got him with the shoulder. Defenses allow the positioning. They're entitled to the floor space. They can be moving. If you lower the shoulder and hit him, it is an offensive foul. If a player is stationary and squared up and you run into him, it's a charging foul. Two different style fouls, but they're both on the offensive person.
So Landstown with a 33-point lead. Damian Robinson into the front court. Dame off the dribble. Can't get it to go.
Robinson has 19 points right now. They go to the line. They shoot 2.
And a couple of free throws coming for Damian Robinson after that foul is committed by the Patriots. Third foul on Dove. First foul shot is good. We're going to potentially attempt to do something we've not done before. And did both free throws go down, Ed? I think they did, correct?
Both free throws good.
All right, so we'll count both of them. And it's going to be a whistle against Landstown.
That's a foul on Josiah Law.
Josiah Law picks up the foul. That's going to be his third, as we now have the running clock. For those unfamiliar with it, when you have a 30-point lead in Virginia high school basketball, the clock can run as long as both parties do agree. Correct, Ed?
That is correct. Fourth quarter only.
And that's the fifth foul on Josiah Law, whose day is done. He will exit with 2 points and 2 rebounds, but it felt like he had more of an impact than the stats would illustrate, doesn't it? Feel like
yes.
Yeah, he's been.
Gray
will not get it to go down.
3 minutes to go in this one. Rashawn Johnson. He'll step into a triple.
Three-pointer will not go down for the Eagles. And now we've got a whistle as Denbigh tries to pull it away with Dove. Just checking in for Landstown, by the way, is number 24. That's Jeremiah Fajota. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. And apologies to Jeremiah and his family if we aren't.
That'll be a 2 shot.
And the foul shot is no good for Ronald Dove. Another one coming up. Personal foul was on Maurice Manigault for the Landstown Eagles. 61-26 is our margin here. And the second foul shot is good.
Cadets on the second. 2:30 to go in this one.
(61-27). Shot won't go down for Landstown. Rebound by number 32, who has just checked in for the Denbigh Patriots. That being Malachi Whitaker. And then it's Aquan Gray knocking it down from deep as Grimes finds him. Terrace Bowden has come in, by the way, for Landstown, Ed. And there is Terrace Bowden, unable to get it to go. Rebounded by Denbigh with Gray. Go ahead.
You got four, by my count, 4 freshmen on the floor. Get a little bit of time in here towards the end of this ball game. 1:35 to go, running clock time.
We got Kingsport versus Woodside. You don't want to miss that. Kingsport Bulldogs versus
Speaking of running clocks, there was a girls basketball score in the area this year. Week 95, it was 90 or 95 to 0.
I don't think it's 29 turnovers against Denbigh, by the way. I think I miscounted one.
It's a lot of turnovers.
It is a lot.
My stipulation was once you got over 12 turnovers, that's a lot. If you're a running team, you're probably going to get about 15 turnovers in a game because you're running. You're doing a lot of running with the ball. But if you're a setup team, a very patient team, that Princeton-style backdoor 7-pass type team, pretty much more than 11 turnovers is not good.
Free throw is good for Gray. And he converts on that one.
2 for Gray. 50 seconds to go.
And it's knocked out of bounds with 50.8 seconds to go. Stolen away. Eagles go right in with Terrace Bowden getting a hoop. And that was turnover number 30, was it not? It was. 63 to 32 as Landstown continues to flex its muscles.
Grimes Jr. trying to make something happen. Sitting to the corner. 30 seconds to go in this one. Gray, he'll step back for the 3.
Here's Gray with a step back 3, and it's cash money for Jaquan Gray.
Jaquan Gray gets that ball.
Eagles will improve the record to 8-1. Denbigh about to drop to 4-3. That shot will not go down for Manigo, rebounded by Whitaker. And this will likely be the final possession of our basketball game. Deep corner 3 will not go down for Witchard, and it'll be Bowden dribbling it out as Landstown comes away with a 63 to 35 win over the Denbigh Patriots. They outscored them 11 to 9 in that final quarter, but really did damage with that 21 to 4 burst to begin this basketball game, Ed.
Yeah, that pressure was the key from the get-go. Based on what I've seen this year, I thought Denbigh would have some trouble with that. They handled Woodside's pressure fairly well. Hampton somewhat. This one was just too much to overcome. And when you're getting more turnovers than field goal attempts, let alone shots made, you're going to be in trouble. And they weren't able to duplicate that defense against Landstown because Landstown was getting fairly easy shots.
So we will have our MVP
so
presentation.
Who you decide?
I'll be honest with you, we looked at some of the numbers here. 21
this
points.
This is unofficial. We don't have a vote.
Well, they did say would actually consult us. I would think Damian Robinson is your MVP, and we'll actually effort getting him on this if he is the MVP or whoever gets chosen on our Cova Sports TV, as well as an interview with him, perhaps Coach Dwight Robinson as well. But I would think he's the leading candidate with 21 points, 18 points for Xavier Cleveland with 5 rebounds. Rashad Shaw had a respectable 11 points to go with a total of 8 rebounds. And I think that's what I would go with, to be honest with you. Probably Damian Robinson over those 2. Would you go otherwise, or would you go in a different direction? What's your feeling? You're sitting there.
My first reaction is Damian Robinson.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
Yeah, Damian Robinson.
So your thoughts here before we announce the player of the game of these two teams moving forward?
Well, Landstown obviously operating from a situation where they're going to be competing for the 6A state crown. They're that good. They'll be a regional team. They're going to be in there, led by a lot of youngsters, freshmen, and that. They're still going to be there. They're getting tested now. Games like against Marshall, and they've got a tournament coming up next week that they'll be in. So they'll be there. It'll be them in Green Run in the Beach District, but it's more important regional play than is district play. Denby's still finding himself. It's a young team that's really made great strides over the last 2 years. A couple years ago, I think they won 2 games, and now they've got already have 4. They've lost to Woodside. They've lost to Hampton. They've lost to Landstown, all 3 losses. All 3 of those teams more than likely will be in their state tournament. That's the teams they've lost to. So, and they're battling those teams. They're right there. Hampton had a great chance to win it. Woodside pulled away probably second quarter, and Landstown just dominated from the first quarter on. So they're learning. They got a lot of youngsters too, and they're learning, but I think you'll see big wins from them too as the season goes along.
So we will be hearing hopefully in just a little bit here from Coach Dwight Robinson in the MVP selection, as I'm not sure what the delay is while we're waiting for the 2 teams that are about to play next. CG Woodson, which was scheduled to start 7 minutes ago, obviously some game from behind, and Kings Fork. So we will hopefully hear from Coach Robinson and the player of the game before we do sign off. Look at us, Ed. We're going to actually be on the stream here. I think Ed's going to get this set up for us here. Nick's going to get this set up for us as well. Damian Robinson is our choice for MVP with 21 points and 3 steals, and then Kevin Parker for Denbigh. So we just told that to Stephon Welsh. We're going to get Damian Robinson, I think. Did you agree with that? I think Kevin Parker was the choice, as Stephon came back over to us to get our selection for that. So there you have it. That's what we're thinking for the MVP. As I think they're doing some microphone testing over there and handing out a trophy.
MVP players today's game.
And we'll see if Steph can
Damian Robinson for Landstown.
Damian Robinson has been chosen as the MVP for this game with 21 points and 3 steals. Then we'll get him over here. In fact, we'll actually test it. See if we can get Ed and me on the screen here, Nick. There we go. Look, we're on the screen now. People can see us out here.
That's dangerous.
Yes, you got the crowd behind us. Nick is helping us get set up. We're going to actually effort getting Damian Robinson and Coach Dwight Robinson.
Who's a rabbit to go get him?
Well, Jimmy will be the guy I think that will go get him if he doesn't fall across the court.
That's not a rabbit. That's a rhinoceros.
He said it's not a rabbit. It's a rhinoceros. And we'll take care of that. And we'll see if we can get Dame and then get Coach on as well. Yeah, we'll see if we can get both. Preferably Damian before we get Dwight, and then we'll get Dwight. They're actually talking right now, so we'll see. Or we'll get both on our broadcast and give them a chance to chat about this win as hopefully our man Mr. Timmons does not get lost on his way to locating who we are going to interview here for our broadcast. Why are you laughing so hard? We're on camera. You gotta make sure you have a presentable. We're not in suit and tie today. I'm in ugly Christmas sweater. Ed decided to go with folks. He's got the jacket on, short sleeves. Why are you in short sleeves when it's cold out?
You got to be comfortable when I'm.
You have to be
I'm
comfortable.
At the table. Yeah, got to be comfortable.
So there you have it. We're going to get Dwight Robinson and Damian Robinson to stop by. I wish we had the third headsets because I know you have some compelling questions for the youngster that wants to come over here.
You got it.
I've got it.
You were rated,
talk here and see if
you
we
were
can get
rated
him.
4th in the country in interviews, so
Fourth?
I feel confident.
Okay, I don't know who the 3 words. We got Dame coming by over here. He's going to join us here on our broadcast after the game as he will come by and sit down with us and get the headset here. Ed will pass over the headset to you this way, and we'll get him on the broadcast to talk with us here on Cova Sports TV. I feel like I've been watching this youngster since he was like knee-high in a grasshopper. All I'd have to show him the picture. I know he's seen his dad's, I think it's his dad's IG profile picture, but you were a little tight. Congratulations on the win today, Dame. You get an MVP trophy, 21 points. Tell me about this performance today. You're now on the season 8-1. How's it feel to get this done here on the road before holidays?
Feels good. Right before break, getting a win. A great team effort. Way to play hard. Yes.
You hit your first 3 threes. Was it just a matter of you had the groove going, the ball movement? What do you chalk it up to?
It's really just my teammates finding me wide open shots when I'm ready to shoot. Just thanks to my teammates.
You guys have played a pretty challenging schedule thus far. You took on John Marshall about a week or 2 ago. What have you learned from some of these battles? It's just your first odyssey here with high school basketball as a 9th grader, but you've been watching your older step bro, Donald Hand Jr., who's at Boston College. You've been around Landstown basketball for a long time with your dad. What has this been like here early on in the season?
It's really just seeing my older brother going through what he went through. So, like, my path, trying to follow my path up to him.
What do you think right now is the best part of your game?
My underrated part is my playmaking, but I can't shoot the ball very well.
How gratifying is it to already get a couple of early offers? You've been offered by Old Dominion and Radford just as a 9th grader. Is it pretty humbling for you?
Yes, just staying humble, keep working harder, because most people want to come at your head when you get multiple offers.
Now, you and your freshman teammate, Rashad Shaw, Coach Young and I were talking about it. You guys are in sync all the time. It feels like you both try to make the extra pass and get each other involved. How much do y'all have chemistry going back to playing on the grassroots circuit from summertime to now?
It's not even on court. It's off court. We go everywhere together, stays at my house. We spend nights together, working out together, play video games together. It's just me and him all the time.
What's the go-to video game?
2K, for sure.
2K, all right. Who's your team?
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Okay, you're a Wolves fan. Who's he go with?
He goes with usually like the Warriors, Steph Curry.
All right, I can dig it. Last 2 for you. Playing for your pops. You've been around Landstown basketball for a lot. I mean, how enjoyable is this? For some kids, it can be stressful, and I know you've been around Dad all the time. He's going to tell you the truth. Go to the bad. What's it been like for you?
So it's really his motto is when we on the court, he's my coach, and off the court, he's my dad. So it's 2 sides of him. So I know what I'm getting out both and off the court.
Lastly, how much are you looking forward to what's ahead? I mean, you guys are going on a holiday tournament coming up,
yes.
I believe, out of town. You've got after the break, Green Run, who's a big district rivalry game. I mean, what's the ceiling for this team? How good can you all be in your eyes, and what will it take to achieve some of the goals?
When we're all together, we have the same mindset. When we come out hard, mixing the ball up the floor, we're going to be a great team.
That's Damian Robinson, the freshman. It is Dame time today here at Woodside High for the Woodside Hoop Fest. Thank you so much. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
We'll talk to you down the road again. As Damian Robinson, our guest here. We'll get Coach Dwight Robinson here in just a bit. We'll take a quick timeout and come back with more here. You're watching Cova Sports TV. The Eagles win it today over the Denbigh Patriots, 63-35 behind this MVP right here in Dame Robinson. Now let's get a word from One Life Fitness. Back in a bit.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better. And it's our mission to get you there, because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on. We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
We got Play-Doh? Get out of here! We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
Well, no, we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in a phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
All right, we're back here for the Woodside Way Hoop Fest. Landstown a winner over Denbigh by a count of 63-35, and we're now joined by the head basketball coach of the Landstown Eagles, a winner today, 63-35. Dwight Robinson, your team now 8-1. Congrats on the victory, a 21-4 start. What were the points of emphasis coming into this one today?
We just wanted to execute and play with some energy. 9 games in 18 days for us. We haven't had a lot of practice time. We actually probably been playing like at a C- level for the last couple games. And so we just wanted to have fun today, execute, celebrate each other, and then go into this break so that we can really start practicing and come out of the break better than when we came in.
You win a game by 28 points. You jump out to a 17-point lead and hold them without a field goal for the whole first quarter. So I'm asking you, it's a really long-winded question, but most pleased about the fact they didn't score a basket the whole first quarter. Most pleased by the fact it caused 30 turnovers with your defense, which also goes back to that first point. Or lastly, your 2 freshmen, your son Damian Robinson, as well as Rashad Shaw, go a perfect 6 for 6. They took quality shots and made them all.
The defense. Okay. We really got to establish our defensive identity. I don't think that we've done that so far in the first 9 games. And so that's what we're going to concentrate over the break. We're really going to work on our rotations, boxing out, rebounding the ball so that we can get in transition, so that we can get easier shots. So most proud of that. Those 2 guys are super talented freshmen, 2 of the better freshmen in the state of Virginia, maybe even beyond that. But, you know, they're going to do what they do. It's my job to help them do that, and the way we're going to help them do that is by playing better defense, getting in transition, getting better shots, and taking care of the basketball.
I just asked Dave about just the chemistry he and Rashad have from playing for so many years ago. He said, well, it extends to off the court. They pretty much do everything together. They're friends. They play video games. They like each other. How much does that matter now in this age in high school basketball where there's a lot of player movement? Some kids train travel teams, high school teams. It feels like your whole group is locked in with one another, and it goes probably beyond just Dame and Rashad, correct?
Yeah, it does. You know, Josiah, Chase, all those guys. I mean, the thing about this team is we're super young. We have Alonzo and Xavion that are the older veterans, but those guys, they all respect each other from freshman all the way to senior, even though we only have one senior. And so they do a lot of stuff together. You know, Zoe acts like a big brother. He'll take them to eat and stuff like that when we have, you know, 2-hour downtime before we practice. So they look after each other. And that's the making of a good team. When you have guys that like each other off the court, and then they can correct each other on the court. That's what's really important without losing their mind or, you know, getting jealous or all that kind of stuff. In this day and age, you know, everybody's looking for self. Everybody's looking for a ranking. Everybody's looking, you know, they respect what each other can do, and I think that's what's really important.
Last 2 for you. Xavion Cleveland today, 18 points, 5 rebounds in the second half when it got a little bit of, you can lose some focus or not play up to the standard. It felt like his athleticism, especially in that third quarter, started to pop, and he probably hasn't even had his breakout game yet. It's still coming off of football, correct?
Yeah, he's still trying to get his legs, and we did a little bit better job in the second half of finding the mismatch, and we feel like he's a mismatch however you want to look at it, because he can post up, he can turn and face from 15, 16 feet, and then you got to try to stay in front of him. So we did a better job of finding him, but he did a better job of moving without the ball. Some of the time right now he gets tired and he just stands around. Second half, he moved without the ball. He ran the court, finished in transition. That's the Xavier that we know.
Lastly, you're 8-1 right now. You've played a quality schedule, which you always do. You're only one of the few teams, I think, around that can hang with John Marshall. You're only down by 5 with under 5 minutes to go against them. You get ready for a holiday tournament. Tell me about that and what you want to see as you go into the new year.
Well, actually, our holiday tournament, we can't play in it. It didn't get sanctioned.
Okay.
So we're going to spend the time working on our game.
Okay.
And that's why I said, really going to concentrate on defense, our rotation, being patient on the offense, getting the shots we want instead of just taking shots because we can. And so that's really important when you have a young team. You got to take the shots you want in big games and get it to the right people. Instead of, okay, I know I can beat my man, but then they got to do a lot of reading. Who's helping? Where's that help coming from? All that. So we're really going to do a lot of work over this next 2 weeks, try to come out of that break ready to go.
Well, congrats on the win today, 8-1, and we'll see you in the new year. Happy holidays.
All right, thank you, Matt.
That's Dwight Robinson, head basketball coach of the Landstown Eagles. We'll come back and wrap things up right here on Cova Sports TV. Stay tuned. So our final score again, Landstown a winner over Denbigh 63-35. I want to thank Coach Dwight Robinson and Damian Robinson for stopping by. MVPs were Damian Robinson with 21 points and Kevin Parker Jr. with 8 points and 3 rebounds. For our entire team, from Nick Senti on camera to James Timmons and my broadcast partner, the Coach Ed Young, I'm Matt Hatfield. Stick around, we got game number 3 of 5 here at the Woodside Way Hoop Fest coming your way with the Kings Fork Bulldogs at 3-0, taking on the CG Woodson Cavaliers at 4-2. You want to check it out? Hit that subscribe button on Cova Sports TV on YouTube. We got that one coming your way in just a bit. We'll talk to you then. See you later.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.